present. You accept the minutes last week?
Yeah.
You have any questions?
Yeah, on the second page, we're discussing about using Paul as a primary operator. I think that what the idea was, it said, the last sentence in the paragraph, the second to last, it says, could we use Paul as a task operator as well as a primary operator? I think what I was saying then was, can we use Paul on some tasks for the department as well as a primary operator? And I brought up the task order. It's something that I used in the past. It's just something very specific or limited as far as specifically what to do. And if there's like, we're gonna want him to flush 5 hydrants, oversee that, or oversee the installation of a water line into a, say, a business or something like that. We make it a specific thing to hire him as in our time of need. So it's not, the term of task operator is, I think that we gotta change that to mean a task. So could we use Paul on a particular task as well as a primary operator? So we can change the wording on that, you see that?
Yeah, I see.
And, the other thing is we did vote last week to make 75,000 the stabilization fund. But we changed that at the selectmen's meeting, we all got together. So we'll bring that up with the articles and everything up. So I just wanted to make sure we bring that up and
Okay.
we talk about the articles. Other than that, I make a motion to accept the minutes without revision.
No, second. All in favor?
Aye.
I'm gonna sign the April commitment. This is something.
Yeah.
Okay. The annual budget, we call this number 5, or?
Do we put a number on it, Laura, or John?
Last week before, draft 4.
Yeah,
We get draft 3 on this.
well, that's draft 3 revised for the fiscal year.
Okay. So, John, you want to go through the changes, or you want Laura to go through it?
Well, from the meeting at the selectmen last week, the only real change we made was on health insurance. Instead of 7 people, we had 6. Actually, employees with health insurance. So the overall budget numbers itself came down. So look at the bottom of Form 1, it's $2,114,165. That also dropped the rate to $14.91.
The water rate put up 14.
$214.91 on the primary.
Well, that's good news. Huh?
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty close to the original projection that we had back when we proposed the treatment plant. That it was gonna be around $14 per thousand,
Yeah.
so, pretty close to that target.
Okay, so it's down below 15.
Yeah.
Boy, that's better. Gets better.
About
every week.
1575, we started out with a few weeks ago, right?
So, yeah, that's good. So last year's rate, what was that?
The bottom rate.
45, yeah.
11.25.
Yeah, so we're going up to 1491, so,
Yeah.
and then, a lot of that has to do with the
Debt service.
bond.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So with that change, that's the only change, I think?
That's the only change we made since the last, meeting with the selectmen, Mark.
Yep.
So everything in here looks like it's in order. So I make a motion, we pass this draft budget, move it up to the selectmen's meeting on Monday night. So their final say, and then, do I have a second?
One second.
All in favor?
Tim, you wanna sign that?
Just a copy? Which one? Which
They're all
copy?
the same copy.
Let's sign yours and then
I
I'll
just
just,
finished writing them now.
yeah, I wrote mine too.
Oh, here, I'm sorry. Take mine.
Or, yeah, sorry, that doesn't make a difference.
Any place special you want to sign?
No.
And it's 4-2, is it?
4-4.
4-4.
4-4.
Okay. What do you want that, Laura?
I'll send it over.
Okay.
And we get the special town meeting article.
You wanna
Go ahead, John.
take that first? Did you ever read these? Or do you wanna read them?
Well, we should document that, to reading it tonight. Why don't you read them?
First one is transfer articles, within Article 6. First one is to see if the town will vote to transfer and appropriate the sum of $1,500 from line 163, water treatment plant interim loan interest of Article 6 of the annual town meeting of April 30, 2012, to be added to line 154, new water building principle, and Article 6 of the annual town meeting of April 30, 2012, for a total appropriation of $11,500, or take any other action relative thereto. And the explanatory notice, it's part of refunding debt.
It was an adjustment that needed to be made because there was an error in the labeling of the debt.
Okay. To see if the town will vote to transfer and appropriate the sum of $66 from line 163, water treatment plant interim loan interest of Article 6 of the annual town meeting April 30, 2012, to be added to line 155 in the water building interest, and of Article 6 of the annual town meeting of April 30 for a total appropriation of $1,535. And that's also part of refunding that.
That's the interest that goes with the principal.
To see if the town will vote to transfer and appropriate the sum of $2,352.96 from line 149 water department wage of Article 6 to the annual town meeting of April 30 be added to line 148, business manager salary, Article 6 of the annual town meeting for a total appropriation of $52,024.96, or take any other action relative thereto. The note being, the article was to pay for business manager for time she worked as acting superintendent. The rate is the difference between the business manager's current salary and the current superintendent.
I'd like to just add that, I reviewed the time that Laura spent. I think that she should have got a lot more money. She's really stepped up to the plate, and she really helped us out tremendously. I can't thank her enough for helping that. I mean, this is just a mere pittance what she really should get, but,
It's a lot less than the number I came up with.
so I wish that we could give her more money, but I just hope that she would accept this. And I'm 150% behind making this thing clear at the town meeting.
Okay, to see if the town will vote to transfer and appropriate the sum of $20,000 from line 163, water treatment plant interim loan interest of Article 6 of the annual town meeting of April 30, 2012, to be added to 150 maintenance and expenses of Article 6 of the annual town meeting of April 30, 2012, for a total appropriation of $475,000, or taking the other action relative thereto. This purpose of the article is to fund emergency certified operator services.
It's a totally unavoidable expense that we had to go through, and I think that Weston and Sampson gave us a very good rate to help us out in this time of need. So, you have anything to add? Okay.
To see if the town will vote to transfer and appropriate the sum of $25,000 from line 163, treatment plant interim loan interest of Article 6 of the annual town meeting April 30, 2013, for the purpose of paying unemployment claims associated with water department staffing changes.
Didn't know I had no explanatory note in it to explain it to me.
Do we have a note for this letter?
I think it was pretty straightforward.
No, I didn't know,
What else can we
people
say?
look at it and this
What else can
and
we say, Laura?
well, I know what you're saying,
Insurance
but I mean,
claims, yeah.
not everybody does.
Just,
Do you
we ought
recommend
to just,
something?
Can add some
well, I don't know.
verbiage to it if you
I
will.
think we can address that at the town meeting, but
Yeah.
this is, this comes out of our budget because we don't contribute to the unemployment fund.
Right.
And so it has to come out of our budget to pay these insurance benefits. So we are, as mandated, I think, by the state, that we're really the insurance company.
No, I realize that usually we have the explanatory.
Yeah, so I think it's worth talking about a little bit. So we're covering that potential expense.
To see if the town will vote to transfer and appropriate the sum of $1,200 from line 163, water treatment plant interim loan interest of Article 6 of the annual town meeting for the purpose of purchasing 2 new filing cabinets for the business office. To see if the town will vote to transfer and appropriate the sum of $6,000 from line 163, water treatment plant interim loan interest of Article 6 of the annual town meeting of April 30, 2013, for the purpose of purchasing and repairing the fence, well 3, and new keys for well 2, 3, 5, storage tank, and update the current alarm system at 401 Central Street, well 2, 3, 5, and storage tank.
Next article?
To see if the town will vote and transfer the sum of $5,000 from line 163, water treatment plant interim loan interest of Article 6 of the annual town meeting of April 30, 2013, for the purpose of purchasing emergency safety equipment. The purpose of this article was to purchase fall protection tripod, gas detectors, and air ventilation for safety of the water employees, confined space equipment. You have to go into meter vaults.
No, there's a law, anybody gotta have that kind of stuff in there.
Yeah, you do. To see if the town will vote to transfer and appropriate the sum of $10,000 from line 163, water treatment plant interim loan interest of Article 6 of the annual town meeting, April 30, 2013, for the purpose of developing standard operating procedures. The purpose of this article is establishing a uniform set of procedures in accordance with pertinent regulations, guidelines, and sound water system practices. A complete set of standard operating procedures will serve as a training and operational resource for all water department staff members. And the last two I just talked to Debbie about just a very short time ago, and advised me to write 2 articles on it. To see if the town, and we talked about this at the selectmen's meeting, to see if the town will vote to create a water department stabilization fund. Explanatory note, these funds will be used for the eventual replacement of the membrane filters of the new water treatment plant or other unforeseen expenditures to be only authorized by the vote of town meeting.
What was the final number in that? I know you're going back and forth on it.
Well,
They got it on the next page.
I got it in the next article. After some discussion at the selectmen's meeting, they decided to put the free cash into the water department stabilization fund. So, this article reads, to see if the town will vote to appropriate from free cash the sum of $344,050 to put into the water department stabilization fund.
So that's the free cash we're gonna, instead of
Yeah.
75,000, we're gonna
Right.
throw the whole thing in there. That makes sense, everybody's scrutinized it,
Yeah.
we're all on the same page, and so,
So you have to vote on this,
yeah.
and sign it, Mark?
Yeah, that'd be a good idea, Roy.
I make a motion that we accept, how many articles, well, before we do that, let's have a little discussion. Any questions from the,
Can I just ask you to read the verbiage again on 10 for the stabilization, the membrane or other, what? I ran out of room writing, sorry.
Oh,
or other unforeseen expenditures to be only authorized by vote of the town meeting.
Okay,
Right.
thank you.
We know that we got a membrane in our future, and
No, I think it's great.
that could cost, what, 500,000 apiece, we have 2 of them. So we need to start squirreling away some money to cover that, otherwise it's gonna be
Great idea.
another big mountain to climb. So hopefully we'll have money in there. Hopefully they'll last longer than,
Well,
They
at least
should.
7, I said, right?
and then hopefully they'll come out with a technology that has cheaper filters that last longer, huh, John?
right. Yeah, as more manufacturers come on the scene, there could be, I don't want to say aftermarket, but there could be less expensive
Yeah.
replacements as there are with, parts with any kind of machine.
So the other thing I wanted to ask is that how much, all the total articles is 63,075?
That's that total. You have to total them all up, Tim? So, I started to do that. Let's see, where are we? 23, 9, 18, 96, 63, 75, and 344, all 500. Johnny, have you calculated there?
So we got 344, 500, that plus we get the transfer of 163.
Yeah.
And then transfer articles within Article 6. We got three things. Should be 23,918.96,
23,918.
and then 63,075,
63,075.
and 344,050.
That was right. I'm gonna get this calculator, this gets beat around pretty badly.
What do you got, one of them trick calculators, John?
Yeah, it's in this folder, it gets thrown around the truck and.
Want me to read them again to you?
Let's see, the keys isn't working. $431,043.
What was it, John?
431,043. And 96.
431,043.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have another one that I'm just noticing here. What happened to the article that we're gonna have to pay the fine?
That's being written by the Board of Selectmen.
Right.
Is that gonna come out of their budget or ours?
I have a question. I believe it's ours, but I haven't seen the article. John, you talked to Debbie,
Yeah, she hasn't forwarded.
so you would have to
me
add
yet.
that one.
So that number covers it, because the 63 covers
Yeah.
that 15,875, so.
I'm still not
Right,
sure
it's
if
on
it's
the list.
25 though, 10 or 15. I was unsure of the price. I heard it go back and forth.
I'm pretty sure the selectmen had discussed taking it out of that same line.
163.
Yeah.
The whole amount, Karen?
Oh, 15,000.
The 15,
Eight
Okay,
seventy-five.
that's
changed.
why.
One
yeah.
month, I think we decided when it's
Yeah.
still, we didn't table it, we
Okay.
Yeah.
figured we'd pay and get rid of it.
So it is
You're right.
included,
Huh?
10 to 15.
You're right, that's what I,
So it's just, we're gonna add to our vote that there's an article that isn't in this package that's gonna be written
Right.
specifically to
Selectmen.
address that.
Yeah,
And the amount is 15,875,
right,
okay?
yeah, Debbie asked if the board just take a vote to support that action.
Anything else anybody can come up with? Karen?
No, I think that's pretty much what we
Okay.
talked at the selectmen's meeting. It was just changing where the money was coming from.
Right.
So when we went to the selectmen meeting Monday night, there was much discussion, and a lot of the money got funneled out of this Fund 163 because we had a surplus of money. And correct me if I'm wrong.
Mhm.
And then we, we're gonna pay for under transfers out of that with that middle tier stuff here on that summary sheet. And so we have three transfer relays from Article 6 out of line 163, and then the free cash. So that's the three things. So it's,
I think what Mr. Toomey just said is what we all kind of agreed at our meeting Monday night, but it had to come back to you people via signature or via board,
yeah.
present it back to us Monday, because time's running short, and Monday's the deadline to.
Yeah.
Then you have to go to the finance committee, either, Tuesday night or Thursday?
It's Tuesday.
Yeah. So I mean,
I think
what you
it is.
said, Tim, and done everything looks like it's,
Yeah, I think the
will
numbers
be
are right.
discussed and
I think
will
it's
be.
been looked over.
Yeah.
It's more than one person looking
Yeah.
it over. We've had a lot of team effort here, and
Right.
everybody is, there's been a lot of eyes on this, and I think we got a good budget here, so, and these articles are gonna help us out, so. I make a motion to accept all those articles, and including the one that's gonna be written. downtown, and also the one that's gonna be written downtown regarding, is there gonna be some more verbiage on the stabilization?
She might add some.
Yeah,
verbiage.
so I mean,
Yes.
I'm happy with what we've got to present them, so,
I'll second it.
aye.
You have one over there first.
Yeah, please just, there you go. Thanks, Lori.
You want it right on this front sheet?
Yeah, that's fine, Lori, just, you know. It's on TV now, so. I'll pass that over tomorrow morning. All right.
It's got the agreement.
The ACOP, what's the latest on that?
The draft's just about finished.
So what I've been doing, working hard on it. So we have the emergency response plan ready to go. I just have to, a few questions on the reverse 911, looking for the manual, and that has to be added into this. I'll have the Board of Water Commissioners approving this plan next week. I had a few more questions on location of safety equipment. John, I think you pretty much answered a lot of those for me today. Hold on just 1 second. I'm working, I have one more call into Byfield about our interconnections, and the level of their flow into our flow is what I'm looking for. So,
Can you explain that a little bit to me?
okay, so, John, you can help me with this.
It's the hydraulic gradient.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a question of pressure between the two systems. You know, the height of the tank in any town dictates the amount of pressure that resides in the system. So the question is if you need water from another community, the tank needs to be roughly the same height as yours or higher to create a positive flow to your town. If they have, because the water pressure is created by gravity, so the higher the water is up, the more pressure you have. So we need to find out
Where's Newbury's tank?
what their height
Glen
is or what
Street,
their running
well,
system
our
pressure
connections
is.
on Glen Street.
So that if we did open the valve, the water would come this way and not go the other way.
So we're connected to them, but we have a valve right now that
Yes.
shuts it off. And that, purpose of that is that if the town should have a emergency with their wells, we'd be able to get some water from them.
Right.
Okay.
Well, it's been used in water main breaks too on occasion.
Yeah.
It goes either way, if they need it.
Yeah,
come out and-
Byfield, has had some breaks that affected Triton one time. We opened the valve and gave them some water to keep things going while we didn't give it to them.
So who's got more
vice
pressure?
versa.
Who's got more pressure?
I don't know what their system pressure is right at this exact moment. I'd have to call and find out what their running system pressure is at their highest level.
John, don't we have connection with Georgetown and Ipswich?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, we had that big fire, the new guys go up and turned
The big
that on?
complex, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
If
That's
they
a
say
line of
Georgetown's in problem right now with
133.
water, right?
the what,
Didn't you
Roy?
say- Didn't you say Georgetown was in problems with their water at the moment, so we couldn't hook to Georgetown, or?
I'm not sure what they, if they have some
I
quality.
thought we brought it up in one of two
Issues,
meetings, or something, about Georgetown.
I think we're looking,
Treatment, we have our
you know,
so-
during the treatment plan, if we were gonna talk to Byfield, I think, you know, if we need help right now, I think we're gonna go to Byfield if we can. We haven't talked to them yet.
Right,
Ipswich is lower than us, so we would have to bring in a pumper truck, John, right? So that we.
they are lower than us?
They are lower, 210 feet, yeah. They're lower than us. So,
210 feet's the height of their tank,
yeah.
Huh?
So,
I'm surprised.
yeah, we just went through that today. Anyway, so I'm working on that, and it's part of the emergency response plan. And, just a little bit about our, equipment, which we love to talk about. And, you know, where our backhoes are located and things like that. So I'm almost done, I'm 90% there. I will be done by your next meeting. And, so that little project will be ready to go to, Debbie and to Bob Snow, I believe, is the ACO coordinators. The CCR is pretty much completed. It's in kind of a mock-up form. The question today is chairman.
I'm not chairman.
You're not chairman. So I need to know that officially so that this has to be, and this goes.
What is it?
This is your consumer report.
Usually
The
they're
CCR?
yearly.
So on the first page, it says chairman, I put in Scott Martin.
Okay, I think
Is
that.
that agreeable, or?
Well, I think if Scott isn't here when we need that to be signed, the clerk can sign it. So,
No, I'm just saying, you know, I heard you doing it.
So basically, you know, I had to write all this up, you know, and it has our whole history. It's all our testing, all our results.
We have to make one of those out
Once a year, yeah. And, you know, a little bit about what we test for and some of, you know, consumer, and then our cross-connection program, and we fold it in half and we send it off. And I'm hoping to get this to the printer by 15th of April.
So that's required in the ACO,
Yep. So I'm
It's
working
required.
hard.
and it's
Year,
required each year too, right?
Right, before.
Laura, do you have a date you have to have it submitted, or?
It's gotta be completed by,
May
May-
1st,
May 1st,
I think it's May
May
1st.
1st. So, I'm almost there, Jack, I'm there.
No, I'm just
I just,
asking
you know,
if it could be,
Judy
you know, you
Pickett
can't
still
delete it
has to
till your
look
new
at
board,
it.
your
you
new
know.
board's on board, it has to be done prior.
Oh, no, yeah, it'll be the old board.
Yeah,
So
okay.
that's gonna be submitted to the
Now.
DEP by May 1st?
Yes, but Judy Pickett, you know, I gotta get a hold of Debbie, hopefully tomorrow, and she can go through this. And we're still talking about Form 1 and who's gonna do the certification. And we really haven't had time to talk about this.
Do we think we could read that for the record?
This is, I don't know if this is what your certification would look like. I think we need to discuss this at next week's meeting.
And it's still a draft form.
So we're still in draft?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think, you know, you took this home last week with you, Roy. So I hope you read it.
I didn't see a problem with it, so
So
you wanna
who
read
wants,
it?
do you want to sign it? The board want to certify it?
Who's supposed to sign it?
That's supposed to be by chairman too, or?
I don't know, Debbie said to bring it up tonight and, you know, kind of get a feel.
So who's slated to sign it now?
Next in command would be your clerk. Your chairman's on vacation, so
What is the
the
DEP?
clerk would have to fill in, Mike, when you
can
say
call
Stu.
Melissa and have a
need
conference
it.
call with Debbie tomorrow and Judy Pickett.
Yeah.
I think
Let's
we might
call
want to
it.
have a conference call on this
I think it's worth it
and see who wants to put their name on this document.
on the legal side.
Okay. But Debbie signed the ACOP, so,
Yes.
But
But
this
this
has
form,
to
yeah.
come from the water department.
okay.
This is the emergency report Form 1.
Would you say May 1st, that has to be?
No, this has to be as soon as this gotta go in next week, I hope. Well, you know, we'll talk we'll have our conference call and bring it to the next board meeting,
Okay.
and you guys will sign it, and I'll send it in.
Who has a copy of it now, Laura?
So Judy Pickett, Bob Snow, Debbie Egan, the Board of Water Commissioners, John and DEP, Eric Wall, Heidi Zinn, is that, and Melissa.
Yeah. You remember last.
Okay, so we've got people looking at this form, right?
Yeah.
So it's not gonna be scrutinized again, so.
So that's kind of where I'm at with the ACO. I'm waiting for some direction and to fill in a few blanks, and
So-
I'm ready to roll.
So to comply with the ACO, it's called really an ACOP because there's a penalty associated with it. So we have an ACOP, and this is all the conditions are, what are the conditions again? The emergency plan?
So
This
the-
Form 1?
Yeah, so the emergency response plan, Form 1,
Yeah.
and the CCR.
So the three things with it.
Yes, but within Form 1, there's compliance issues that I've already pretty much, and we'll finalize those.
So we're gonna work on the compliance issues this week with maybe Judy,
Yes,
and then we're going to bring it up at the next meeting.
right, so some of the other compliance issues is that we replace the 2 operators as soon as possible, complete the emergency response plan by April 15, inspect all wells immediately. I have the bound logs now, there's new log books that are gonna be at each well, on top of already the log books that we keep. The standard operating procedures, which has to go to town meeting, and then, the CCR. So some of this is redundant. But we'll kind of.
And then what's the deadline? Is May 1st for the CCR, is it May 1st for the emergency plan?
Yeah, so in the, I'm sorry, let me go back to the consent order. So within 30 days of signing the consent order, and we signed the consent order, Debbie signed it on March 25th. So 30 days from that day.
Plus 30.
I think Eric signed it on the first.
So Eric sort of consummated the deal on, or the agreement on the 1st?
Well, that's the date of his signature. So I guess that's,
Yeah.
So what is this,
That-
what
that's
is,
a question.
can you read us the
Yeah,
30?
you got it.
Let me see it. Within 30 days of the effective date of this consent order, respondents shall, blah, 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 blah. Okay? And blah, 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 blah is all these conditions.
right.
Okay. So the effective date of the consent order is the time that Eric had signed. Eric is the
Regional.
regional director of the
And when
DEP.
did he sign it, John?
4/1/13.
What was it?
4/1/13.
Are we gonna have any trouble issuing a check for that, by that date? Okay, I'm just asking.
Nope. We'll do what we need to do.
So it is May 1st, so that's the big deadline. We're on the 4th now, we have,
3 weeks.
3 weeks to get this thing together. That mailer we gotta put out, they wanna just see what we're gonna put out at that date?
The lawyers, Judy Pickett and DEP lawyers, have approved the language that I put in there
Okay.
yesterday. I need to bring it back to Judy as a package, but I don't think there'll be too many changes. I'll be ready to go.
Do we have a copy of that in our packet here?
No, I'll make a copy. I was still working on it
Okay.
as of,
Okay.
6 o'clock tonight. I was trying to get this done today.
Okay,
Unfortunately, I got caught up doing other things.
okay.
I didn't make a copy of this, but you're welcome to take mine home. It's a lot of pages and I'm still.
I'll come
editing.
here and I'll look at it, and,
Yeah.
Roy, next time we come in for Bill, just kind of go through it.
I just don't wanna, have you to take mine home. I know what I have to do here.
Oh, I know. He's done an excellent job.
So-
Got it under control.
It'll all be done and brought to the board next week officially. And then we'll get a hold of the team downtown and work out the other details. All right?
Okay. Anything else in that?
Any corrections in the plant or the wellheads or the treatment buildings? I don't think it's not, we've addressed everything,
I addressed everything, according to the timeline.
yeah. There was some other issues there, but Laura jumped right on it and she took care of that.
So that's all.
So that's all addressed, and it's, thank God that Laura was here to immediately address some of these issues. And they weren't major issues, there was
No.
some, like a bulkhead fitting that was done.
That was all completed.
So, very rapid response, thank you, Laura.
You're welcome.
And get that Forest Ridge and Catherine Circle update.
Okay, so John, you're gonna update us on that?
Yeah, I got a letter from Raleigh Concom. And it says, "Dear applicant, Raleigh Concom was informed on March 21st by phone per Charlie Ware that the application filed on behalf of Raleigh Water Department received March 11th, 2013 was to be withdrawn due to lack of authorization by the Board of Selectmen. The above subject application was deemed to be incomplete due to a lack of a signature from the Board of Selectmen, in addition to lack of demonstration that rights to the easement extended or included the municipality, since Kathleen Circle is not an accepted town roadway. RCC understands that Mr. Ware represents Gateway 2 Trust of 1997 and is not under contract, nor does he represent the Raleigh Water Department. Please be advised that to this date, RCC has not received a written or emailed communication from IWD stating their intent to withdraw the above cited application. This is posed an apparently unintended complication by the submittal of the same RDA in the name of Gateway 2 Trust for the same easement and the same approach. RCC respectfully requests an appropriate written communication from an authorized rep of the Raleigh Water Department regarding their intent with the above subject application.
That's an email by who? From who?
That's from Brent,
The conservation agent?
yes.
Okay.
So then there's an email from, I think Meridian here, Charlie Ware. It says, as we discussed on the phone, the IDA for 47 is being resubmitted, 47 Kathleen Circle is being resubmitted to the Concom on behalf of Count Coffin, and therefore the previous submission prepared for the Raleigh Water Department needs to be withdrawn before Brent can begin processing the new application. Brent felt a simple email from the Raleigh Water Department, preferably from our behalf, Scott Martin, would be sufficient to withdraw the old application. As you mentioned, Scott is unavailable. You could email Brent indicating that Raleigh Water Department requests for determination of applicability for 47 and Kathleen Circle prepared for the Raleigh Water Department dated March 8th. We withdrew it. And I wanted to CC Meridian.
You didn't find out about the right-of-way part up there? There was a question about that a few weeks ago, you were saying.
Yeah, there's a question of whether right of way extended through the piece of property that accesses the second piece of property that goes across to, Coffin's project.
Did we ever find out what the deal was?
No, actually, I think they're working on it.
Okay.
You know, it's really their problem, not ours.
So this is all set, you've already taken care of it?
Well, I sent an email back and said, please consider this email that the Raleigh Water Department requests that the request for determination of applicability for 47 Kathleen Circle prepared for the Raleigh Water Department and dated March 8th be withdrawn. Please contact us with any questions. Thank you.
Did we vote on that, Laura?
We did. There was some confusion.
That was the night that they came in, correct?
Right. I think they're gonna work it out.
So we gotta,
And I don't
In
know.
other words, we're gonna stay in the background, let the lawyers take care of
Exactly.
it.
I think
Well-
that's where we're at right now. We're out of the picture. The Raleigh Water
Well-
Department is out of the picture.
where the board voted, maybe we should
Withdraw it.
vote to withdraw it.
Yeah.
I'll make that motion and we withdraw it then.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
There you go.
Do a letter from, fire department, police department, chief.
It's come to our attention there are tree stands on the town-owned property at well stations 1 and 2. From the pictures, these stands appear to be 10 to 15 feet high with small platforms at the top. These structures should be considered a safety hazard since a fall from one could result in a serious injury or possible death. Structures are commonly used for hunting, which is prohibited from town property, so they serve no legitimate purpose and would likely be considered an attractive nuisance. In order to prevent liability of the town, we recommend these structures and any other similar structures that may be located in the future be removed as quickly as possible. And that's signed by Robert Parker, Chief of Police, and James Broderick, Fire Chief. I then got a memo from Debbie and tree stands at well stations. Board of Selectmen has received a attached letter from Chief Parker and Chief Broderick concerning hunting tree stands in the areas around well station 1 and 2. The board is requesting that the water department remove these stands immediately. Please contact me when the stands have been removed. Thank you. And, I sent an email back to Deb on Wednesday, April 3rd at 9:32 a.m. that the tree stands are down.
Okay, so they found two tree stands?
Yes.
Who found them?
They were reported to me, and I reported it to Debbie, and Debbie reported it to the police.
Do you know if we have any at well 1?
They were at well 1 and well 2.
Right.
Well 1 and well 2 had them?
Yeah.
What about well 3?
We did not find one.
So we've looked.
We looked.
Okay, so that's good. Where are they now?
Stored out in the trailer.
Okay. Nobody got hurt taking them down?
No.
And the police looked at them? Police obviously looked at them.
Yes, they've seen them, yes.
All right, so that's a potential hazard, Ron.
Right, task completed.
So we gotta hold on to those things and we gotta make sure that, we get all the information about them and everything related to it. So they're in a secure area, locked up?
Yes.
Okay. Any questions from the audience about that?
You need to get the disposition of the equipment.
So we're back to truck 5, and just, see
The only
what
thing
the
I-
pleasure of the board is.
My idea is to strip everything off that we can use for the other truck for the plow,
Okay, we've
And-
done that.
and the light off in the roof. I mean, no sense getting rid of a pickup, we're gonna get $200 for and leave a $500 light on the roof.
Okay.
So what's the next step?
So I attached the rules that Debbie Egan provided us.
Is the highway department gonna have any kind of a sale like they did a year or two back this spring, do you know?
The what department, I'm sorry?
The highway department? In other words, it could be added in with when they have something on it, like the yard sale bit when they had 3 years back.
They just, to that, Roy, the acting, Ron, everyone knows Ron has helped out down there and.
No, I was just wondering if they were gonna
No,
have
no,
something down there. that's
I'm
good.
gonna just tell you something, what happened. In fact, I talked to them today about it. They got prices, they're gonna buy a, what's a piece of equipment?
John Deere backhoe.
John Deere. Got approved by the board, it's going under chapter 90 money.
Yep.
Not a
Yeah, I saw that.
capital
Yep.
or expended for the taxpayer. The money's there, and we're hoping to get a.
No, what I was just thinking, if he
Now
was
what
gonna have
they
a yard
done,
sale, we
Roy,
could
what
also.
they did, they traded the backhoe
Great.
and the grader to that question. But to get back to,
I don't know if he's gonna have
auctions
it,
or
in other words, have it
something.
on one day, is what I'm
Yeah.
saying, you know?
No, what Ron and I, in fact, we were talking about it today. I was talking to Ron, and that's included with the trade. Now, what you're talking is getting rid of it or how you go about. I would say it's gotta be through the Board of Selectmen.
Right, but what I was saying, if the highway department was having something, or any other tree department or anything else, it could be included in the same
Yeah.
day,
I
we're
would
gonna
say,
have an auction,
I would
whatever
say
it is.
no. The only 2 pieces are going with the trade for the new one, and we save some money. The
So
old
we
grader
accept-
and
And we could go with sealed bid bit, post it in the paper, correct?
I can't answer that.
It says
Put
sealed
some
bid,
Karen
auction,
or
and
something
yard
could
sale.
answer that, Karen.
So Debbie,
Actually, Laura. probably
yeah,
is.
Debbie Egan to start, we just have to tonight determine what we think the value of what the property is. And then I will send this over, and Debbie, our chief procurement officer, will just go ahead and do what needs to, we'll be out of the picture. We cannot,
I'd just like to see the stuff stripped off so we could use
definitely.
all the plow
Well,
stuff for
I think,
number 9,
I think,
the light, I don't know, whatever else is on it, but
Yeah.
if you wanna go out this week and just, let Rob know, and we'll just take it off. I thought we stripped most of it. I did see the light out there, so, I know the plow's off. I know
But I
that.
mean, any of the control stuff, John, that we can use,
What about the tires? How are the tires doing? Any new tires?
I'll do that, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if we can strip it and then try to sell it. I mean, I don't know what the rules on that is.
I don't know.
well, I mean, what I think we should do is probably get what we want off from it. And then, people have to take a look at it and make a bid on it, or,
If it has a hole in the roof, you know what I
Yeah, but
mean,
if
or
the
no
tires
tires on
The
it,
tires got
then we
10,
junk it,
if the tires got 10,000 miles on them, and the other truck has 50,000 miles on the tires, just flip the tires over, that's all. Something like that, just evaluate it and make some
Yes,
decisions. Stuart?
What's the mileage on that truck, may I ask?
160, I think.
Yeah. sort of, 61.
160,000.
That's the truck that just had no brakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think we can take the brakes off, you know what I'm saying? I was just thinking, like anything to do with the plow stuff, we wanna put it on number 9, where we're not buying another new pickup. So we put the plow truck in that. And the light, I figure the light's gotta be worth $500, $600 if we went to buy that new, to put on another pickup. We can put it on the shelf and have it for when we do get another vehicle, is all the thing I was thinking.
The toolbox on it's pretty much junk.
That's pretty well rotted out. Why don't we just, what afternoon, we'll take a look at everything and see if there's anything else.
There's a list.
We'll just take a look at it real close now that warm weather's here and the snow ain't piled up against it.
Right.
Well, we just ought to vote tonight to get rid of it, and just, in the meantime, we'll just go look at it, so. So we get it off the plate, that's the object tonight. Is there anything else in the department that we need to evaluate whether we need to get rid of it, or is there anything else there, John?
I don't know, what do you guys
I don't know.
think? I'd have to go out and
Is there anything out there hanging around doing nothing, and
kind of inventory what's out there and
Gonna take a walk around out in the backyard and see what's out there, huh?
see what we're not using.
yeah?
Any suggestions?
So I figured if we were gonna, I brought it up because we got the truck, we know that's gonna be out of here.
Yeah.
So is there anything else, we had to just take it? So the next step is to bring it down to the selectmen and have them approve the option of sealed bids, auction, or yard sale, is that the next thing?
So we put a value on it, and so I attached the, you know, the value out of, you know, was it Kelly Blue Book, wherever I looked, the NADA guidelines. There was nothing in there that could tell that it's 15 years old, that the rust, you know, I couldn't put in the condition, because it was so, there's nothing. So, if this truck was in rough condition, it's worth $2,375. But
You gotta press
we're
it that.
beyond rough condition, but you can decide, that's the pleasure of the board, what you wanna put on as a
What I think-
value, and
what I think we
Debbie
should do, Tim,
will
is,
try to
um,
sell it for that.
What about?
This week, John and I, and if you want, we'll take a look at it, go over it, and then at the next meeting, make the decision what we want for a price on it. I mean, I don't believe you're gonna get $2,000 out of it, I'd be surprised.
Well, one way to do it is, would
Let's see a little bit.
the auction be like, we put it on Craigslist?
No, I think what they did with the police cruiser, I can just remember the last one they did was the police cruiser, and I wanna say maybe a year or two ago. There's a whole procedure. It's like when we auction land, they advertise it, people show up, and they just bid on it, and the highest bidder
It
gets.
used to always be like a sealed bid thing we did in town years ago, and
I think
people
the
send in
value-
their, what they want proposal, and somebody higher up looks it over, and
Yeah, Debbie will decide that once we tell her what we think the value of this is. You know, they could do a yard sale, an auction, or the sealed bids. That's their decision, not ours.
Okay, so how do we
And-
get the ball rolling?
I think, Tim, it's very easy, because I know we auctioned off, didn't auction, we set dates, the Board of Selectmen for the Board of Health car.
Yeah.
And how I know, my grandson put a bid, there was 3 bids
Okay.
on a piece of equipment.
Yeah.
So what you do, you'd say 30 days, May 1 to June 1st, something like that. People come in, sealed bid, we will open them at the Selectmen,
Okay,
Deborah
That's what
Egan.
they must do.
That's what they did.
Yeah,
I was very much involved.
I remember that.
And then the high bidder
Yeah.
got the car.
Yep.
I don't even want to say the price, they were looking for like 1,500, they get
well, it's like the-
$850.
I bought one of the town trucks.
Right,
Years back.
same thing.
You know.
You put a paper
Sealed
bid
I
in.
put a bid in.
Yeah,
and
it's very,
downtown.
very easy, Roy, Tim, what you're gonna do. Now,
Okay,
the other question I was gonna ask you, is the utility body savable, or is it
No.
junk?
Chili body's the worst part of it.
Yeah.
You know, it's all,
Okay.
all the cross members.
yeah, Roy already checked that out.
It's all
That-
rotted right
That's,
out.
that's just
Sounds
hanging
good.
on,
Basically, the
Same
body's
gas.
sitting on the
hanging
frame.
on.
Gas tank,
It's
if
empty.
you come and get it, you
It's
better put a new
gone.
one in to
Yeah,
try to,
yeah,
just junkable.
Yeah.
But you might get a salvage yard, come up, I'll give you 6, you put 3, advertise, you do it, little common, and there you go,
Yeah,
it's done.
And put a little piece
Not a
of
big deal.
Newport News or something like that.
Yeah,
So I think that's what we should do, and take a
Okay.
look at it close, see what we can come up with some kind for a number, John, right?
Yeah.
all right, so our next meeting, you can let me know what
Okay.
you wanna put on it, and I'll let Debbie know what it's ready to go.
Good enough.
Well, if it's a
So-
sealed bid, we don't have to put a value on it, right?
Well, I know like one time, the town had a price when I bought the second town truck. I think they had a price of, like $7,000, you know, at least 7,000 or better out of it. And I bought that.
that was probably runnable, though, Roy.
That was the S model,
I
and
mean,
I
this
painted
thing
up and
here-
fixed up, yeah.
You can't
No, no.
come down and turn the key.
No, what I'm saying, that
You know,
that
it's
Scott
junk.
put a number down, they thought it was at least worth that, and then So I mean, you had to have bid at least 7 or better.
I think what you're looking at, like Tim says, is if it's hanging on the property, it's no good. Get something for
I
it.
think we just ought to vote, put a price on it for, say, $1,000 and send it on downtown for advertising for sealed bids or whatever they deem.
I just like to take a look and see what, there's anything else
Okay,
on it.
let's just put it off till next time then.
I like
Talk
Tim's-
about it again.
I like Tim's question. You look around, see if there's anything else, and if you're putting an ad in the paper,
Yep,
you're paying for one ad.
exactly.
Yeah.
Alright, next week.
And there's no other equipment? Why don't we do this?
We're gonna walk
When you walk
around
around,
the
we'll determine if there's any other equipment.
We
Just
do it
try
all at once.
Make a list.
yeah, try to get a few dollars in here and then, yeah, this is a good cause, right?
So we all set in that old business, and that's not.
You have a good cleanup.
We're still, I don't know what's, I'm waiting, I'm just waiting.
You have anything else, Brett?
No, so in summary, we've got the budget passed tonight.
Yep.
We're gonna bring it down Monday night.
Yep.
Do you wanna go down Monday night?
You're doing a very good job at it. I can sit down and watch it.
Before you close, Roy,
What do you
could I
think,
just
Karen?
ask a
Think everything looks
question?
good on it?
I think so.
Before you close your meeting, just a simple thing. How long ago was the advertising of the positions available? Is that up, Laura, now, or is that,
Yes, all 4 positions are up on our board,
no, I mean, when does it come down, Laura?
until they're filled. They
Okay.
stay up.
Do you have applications now?
They all go to the selectmen's, to the personnel. They don't come here, so I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe it's something that, Tim, you might wanna,
We
sooner you
don't
get
know
someone
the
in here, the
application,
better
but
it's
we
gonna
always
be,
do.
isn't it?
They're screening, the personnel board is screening all the applicants. And
I know, like
They'll
when you
just-
was hired, you know,
They'll present
Came in
it
front of the
to,
board,
they
yeah.
will present the final,
List the names to the
yeah, to
board.
the board.
Yeah, it's a
but-
board decision, not the board of selectmen.
Right, but they're screening everybody and doing all, the testing and
Sounds
whatever.
good.
Then the administrative assistant,
Yes,
when was that advertised?
January.
Okay, so,
No people
we
on
haven't
that,
heard
Laura?
anything from them yet?
So they had 5 applicants, the last time I talked to Amy like a week or 2 ago, they had 5 applicants. 4 already turned it down, and 1 is still, I believe, still interested, but they have gone out now to Karen Summit's pool of people that applied for the administrative position in your office, and they're trying to see if any of those people are interested, and then to try to get more than 1 person for the board to approve, or I don't know if that 1 person's still interested or not. So far, 4 of the 5 decided not to take the job. So, we're kind of in the whole.
they saw the hours you're working, Laura.
What?
They saw the hours you're working, they
Yeah,
wanted
no,
to buy it.
Get 'em, Laura. The 80 hours a week, Laura.
It's gonna get better.
It will.
So,
Have anything else, anybody?
When
Make a
is,
motion.
when is your next meeting? Next week?
Any night but Wednesday. References?
Wednesday's no good for me.
No, not for me.
Um,
Not Tuesday, Thursday?
Wasn't Tuesday one of our favorite days before?
Used to be the first Tuesday of the month is what we set up before, and then it gets changed again.
Do you know which night you're going to FinCon? Because we have meeting Tuesday and Wednesday.
We didn't go to FinCon this week.
No, next week.
Next week.
Oh, so they're every other week?
No, we have them every
Oh,
week
okay,
during
okay.
budget season.
So were we supposed to be there last night?
No, no,
Okay.
no, 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 no. No, next week, I believe, is going to be the end of budgets that FinCom is going to look over. And we have meeting Tuesday and Wednesday. I do not know.
So why don't we go
Perhaps.
Thursday, that way there, if you have any
They
questions, we
won't
can
have a
take care of it
conflict.
then.
Okay.
What time does everybody prefer? Stewie?
6:30?
I prefer the 6 myself.
Huh?
I like the 6 myself, it makes it easier for me.
Laura, you want it early as
I
possible?
was trying to take next week off,
You don't,
so I'd like to
Or-
try to take at least, I have a meeting Thursday morning, and then I'll probably go home and take Friday off.
okay.
But unless you need me to be here,
John,
I really need a
you've
day
done it
off.
before, right?
Okay.
I'm trying to take next week off, but that's not happening. So I'm gonna try to take at least maybe half a day Thursday and Friday is what I'm gonna try to do.
Karen, 10 o'clock, okay with you?
10 o'clock, anytime. Can I wear my jammies?
Yeah, I think we're all set.
Do you want me to post it then for Thursday
Yeah. Please.
at 6
Be
or
the
6:30?
6. Is that right, everybody?
So we'll get together on the agenda.
Okay.
Okay, because
What night do you go to the,
we don't
finance
know.
committee?
We don't know.
Be probably Tuesday night, won't it? Because this your last roundup, isn't it,
Well, I kind of think that
Jamie?
our goal was to finish the budget items on Tuesday and then articles on Wednesday. But, you know,
Yeah, we
Karen,
haven't heard.
but,
But if
you know,
everything
that was
goes
kind of
like,
what we were talking about.
proposed by the board tonight, it should fly through the Board of Selectmen because everything was,
Right,
what they done tonight is,
Basically, what you guys went
Following
over
our
last
rule.
Monday.
right.
huh?
What you guys went over last Monday.
Should be an easy, to me, it should be, how about you, Stu, an easy fix for town meetings. What they did tonight, we're not gonna sit down and the 2-hour debate we had tonight, it should be final, I think. And it would be prepared for them Tuesday night,
If that's the night, I don't know what night,
whatever night.
I don't know.
So Monday night, we have the selectmen's meeting. And either Tuesday or Wednesday, we have the FinCon. And so, and Thursday night, we have ours.
You have a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.